Hello, welcome to A Few Minutes with Esther. I'm Buddy Pennington, pastor of Westville Assembly of God in Holmes County, Florida. Tonight's lesson is going to deal with Esther chapter number 3 and verses 7 through 15. Now, this portion of the scripture, we find the character Haman, who is the right-hand man of King Xerxes or Ahasuerus, has decided that he is going to try to get rid of every Jew in King Xerxes' empire because of the offense that Mordecai had placed in his life when Mordecai did not bow to him as he rode by. Now, his plan was this. He decided that he was going to convince King Xerxes that the Jewish people did not need to remain alive in his kingdom. He got together with his advisors and people who were close to him, and they cast lots to see what would be the best day to be able to destroy the Jews. The lots fell on a particular day in the 12th month, I believe it's the 13th day, and on that day they decided that they were going to kill all the Jews in the empire. He approached King Xerxes with his plan, which was to give a large sum of money, it's called 10,000 talents in the Old Testament, to the king's treasury to be able to carry out the plan. He went to the king offering the money in an effort to try to get rid of the Jews. He convinced King Xerxes that all the Jews needed to be destroyed. He told the king they were not following his laws and his decrees. They were not in the best interest of the empire. And the king, because of his desire to have absolute control over everything, it's my opinion, decided to let Haman do as he pleased. He gave him his signet ring, which meant that he had full authority from the king to be able to make the decree. And the decree was sent out that on the 13th day of the 12th month, all of the Jews would be killed. And whoever killed them could collect all of their property as a spoil. Now you might be thinking that's a pretty drastic thing to have happen in a kingdom. I would like to remind you that down through history, leaders have been completely led astray into eliminating millions upon millions of people who were part of their countries. One of the most notorious was obviously Adolf Hitler during the Second World War, when he had over 9 million Jews eliminated. However, there were some things that have occurred since that time that were even more hideous than that. Not too terribly long ago, less than 50 years ago, as a matter of fact, 2 tribes in Uganda went to war with each other, and one tribe killed almost 800,000 members of the other tribe in less than a year. Folks, that's a terrible, terrible waste of human life. So you see, it does happen. Leaders can be led astray into trying to eliminate a particular sector of their society. We need to pray and seek God during these times, because there are people who are trying to create a division among the folks occupying the earth today. They're trying to bring in class warfare to separate the economic status of people one from another. They're trying to bring in race to separate people. They're trying to bring in politics to separate people. I want to encourage you, pray and ask God to keep these kinds of divisions from happening in our country and in other countries, because quite frankly, it's easy to dupe a ruler into trying to destroy a whole group of society. It's my prayer that these studies will be a blessing to you. Allow me to encourage you to visit our Facebook page, which is Westville AG at 2513 Cypress Street. If you have prayer requests or comments about the study, please leave those in the section provided at the end of the blog. May God richly bless you until next time when we get together for a few minutes with Esther.